Hello. Hello, hello. I see audio, I just don't hear any audio. Let me just get everything set up and ready, and then why don't I hear myself? We could fix that. Twitch. So I thought I'd do a quick little stream this afternoon before I head out for a while. Interesting, I'm not hearing. Testing. All right, well, I am not hearing anything out of my tablet. Strange. Okay, there we go, I can hear. Just had to restart the remote software. All right, so let me get rid of that. And I just got a few more things to set up, and then we are going to do a quick stream. I wanted to test out a few things now that I've launched the new Pixel Vision 8 site. I haven't even tested anything out yet, and I wanted to see how this all works. And while I do this, I'm going to pull up Spotify just so I can listen to some music. All right, and we should be good to go. So, okay, I think the only other thing I want to do is, whoops. The only other thing I want to do is go into Twitter and let people know I'm live. And then we're gonna do a little Pixel Vision 8 stuff today. So let's see if, I can get something going. Why? They keep changing things on me here. Okay, so just give it another second. I was just trying to fix this. I'm live. All right, so what I wanted to do was let's take a look at the new website. And I just added myself to the account. And what I want to see is, I just want to see what the process is like. Let's open up Chrome, and we'll go to pixelvision8.com and log in. So make games at pixelvision8. See if this lets me log in. Hey, cool, it lets me log in. I'm not going to save the password for right now. And then if you're just tuning in, what I'm going to do is I just wanted to try to I'm going to build a little demo from something I was building the other day, where the original Game Boy Color let you swap the palettes if it was an old black and white Game Boy game. And I'm gonna rip that code out, make a little demo, and then I'm going to post it to the new Pixel Vision 8 site. I just wanted to test this all out, and then I'm heading out to Europe for next week and a half, so I'm not going to be streaming. So I figured I'd give one last stream before I head out. So let's go here, and we can basically download the Mac file. So what I've done is, if you go to pixelvision8.com. There's two ways that you can actually. Why does it keep going to the dashboard? Well, there's two ways you can get Pixelvision 8 now. You can either purchase a license of it, which I just gave myself, or you can go and join the Fantasy Console Club. And this is what I want to start working on. So this idea of the Fantasy Console Club is basically I'm gonna keep posting new content here. You get access to Pixelvision 8, a lot of the work that I do, and I'm gonna focus this on a place that's just solely for teaching you how to build 8-bit games. And right now, I just want to go and download the Mac installer. So, and on top of it, what I'm going to also download while I'm at it is I'm going to test out downloading the runners. And I added a whole new Pixelvision 8 Unity runner package. So, all these things allow you to basically create a new install of Pixelvision 8. And while I'm at it, I'm going to where do I go for we'll load up Pixelvision 8 and we'll take a look at it. But let's see here. So let's show these things, and let's actually, I want to delete all this other stuff that's in here. Move the trash. We have Pixelvision 8 Pro. We have the new Unity package that I built, and the runners. And I just wanted to make sure that all this stuff sort of works. So, long story short, once you sign up for the club, and let me just I'm just gonna run a little thing here, and I'll go back and fix it later. So once you join the Game Creator Club, or the Fantasy Console Club, basically what you could do is you'll get access to either the free version of Pixelvision 8, or if you pay $1 a month, you'll get the paid version. And I just went ahead and gave myself this license. So when you go and you download it, we'll sort of do what a clean install looks like. I'm gonna do some videos that are dedicated to this, but since I already have some of the builds here, I'm going to go to Documents, Pixelvision 8 Pro. I'm going to delete these old builds. And let's dump this guy in here. And open up. Oh, warning, it's going to get loud. Can't be identified. Yeah. System preferences. Security settings. Open anyways. All right, this is going to get loud, and then I'll mute it afterwards. Unless it, maybe it's still, I think it's still saved my old settings. That's fine. That works. So, okay. Basically, we have Pixelvision 8 open. I already had it installed, so it's already sort of set up. And what I wanted to do was, let me see, where is my workspace? This should be shared Game Creator V8. So my workspace should still be the same. And since I've already set up my workspace, all I need to do now is I'm going to go back to my downloads folder. And workspace. I don't know where downloads are. Studio. Where's downloads? There we go. I'm going to copy this runners over to this folder. And these runners basically let you compile a project for Linux, Mac, and Windows. These are like pre-compiled versions of the runner. And maybe if we have some time, I might just set up I might set up a really simple Unity template one and just test how that workflow would look. Basically, as long as you follow this sort of structure here, you're able to you can build your own sort of runner if you wanted when you go to export. But long story short, what I wanted to do was, let's take a look. This was the game that I was working on before. Um, if we restart the game and I hold up, you'll see I'm able to like recolor the artwork. So what I wanted to do is I think I'm going to build just a little demo that shows you how to recolor this. And I'm not 100% sure how I want to go about doing it, but let's go to the workspace. We're going to save the sandbox, and we're going to call this Reaper Boy. We'll just call it RB for right now. And I was going to delete, what were these backups? I don't remember what these backups were. Yeah, all right, I'm going to delete these backups. So, okay, just trying to figure out what I want to do next. So, I'm trying to also clean up my desk at the same time. We'll go in and we'll start by just creating a new GameBoy template. Create a new game. And what I just want to see is if I just run this demo, what I'm thinking of doing is probably just adding this logic into this demo here. And I'll talk about sort of how that works. I also wish my friend would stop texting me because he's distracting me. All right, so this shouldn't be too difficult to actually build out. In fact, what I'm probably going to do is I'm just going to pull this code out, and I'll probably pull the code out from what I had before, and then we'll just clean it up. And I'll walk through sort of the process of how this works. So in the, let's just load this up. Yeah, I guess it would make sense to add this into the existing Game Boy template. So what I did here was the Game Boy Color had was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It had 12 different palettes, and each one of these palettes could basically remap the original Game Boy's 4 colors to a different color palette. And I was looking this up before. It was on Wikipedia list of video game palettes. And if we take a look here, you could see these are each of the color palettes that the Game Boy Color provided. And what we're going to do is we'll go through and we're just going to add this into the main Game Boy template. Or I don't know, maybe we'll do something else. We'll see. So all I need to do really is copy over this color palette into the current sandbox, and we'll replace the existing colors. And then I think I just wrote the code. Let's see, where's the data? No, it's not in data, it's in code, but this will open up the whole project anyways. Let's look at the code. And if I remember correctly, what I did was set system color. So we'll copy this over, and we'll also set up the sandbox. Again, I really didn't think this was going to be a very long stream. I actually still have to pack and everything, and there's a bunch of other stuff that I probably should be doing right now. But you know what? I wanted to write a fun little tutorial for the launch of the site, and figured that's what we'll wind up doing. So okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy over this logic here, and what this set system color did was it looks to see if there's a button that's being pressed, and if the button combination matches up, we basically swap the colors. And what I'll do is I'll go through and I'm going to comment this. I'll comment this code, and then we're going to pull this out, and I'll sort of walk you through how I make a tutorial. And then I guess that's what the stream will be. Like I said, it's just going to be a really quick stream. The only other thing we need to do is if first run let's just do on update, if first run, set system color. And let's just add some logic here. So what we're doing is on the first run, we're going to check to see, let me make this full screen here. On first run, check to see if the system color should be changed. So basically we're looking for a variable called first run, which is by default set to nil. We will then call, I'm going to call this remap. Remap system colors. I wonder how the Game Boy, what are the finally set up palettes? The colors are simulated. Game Boy Color manual. There we go. I just want to see what they call this. Changing the screen color. All right, so changing screen color. All right, so we're going to call it that. Change screen color. And so basically on first run, check to see if the system colors should be changed. Call this to remap the system colors based on what key combination is being pressed, right? And then set first run flag to false, so this isn't triggered again. And I guess I'll keep this in the, I guess I'll make, for right now, we'll focus on adding this into the template. So what we're going to do is change screen color. This method simulates how the Game Boy Color changed original Game Boy game screen colors by holding down a special key combination. And what we'll do is I'll figure out where I want to actually put this, but we'll just comment this out. I'll put the instructions in here. Well, what we could do is up let's do this. Press color so up plus A equals red. I feel like there's a better way that I could do the tabling stuff. Just to make this look better. It's funny, sometimes like the little things hang me up, but yeah, we'll just do it like this. This is fine. You can figure it out from here. What I will do is make this smaller so I don't have to keep switching back and forth between the screens. And we'll just remap this table here. So up is brown. Left is blue. I don't know why the tabbing in this isn't the same, but that's fine. Whatever, it doesn't really matter. So brown, left, left plus A. Yeah, see, I knew this needed to be. What is this? Blue. This would be gray. So I'll just try to straighten this out so it looks better. And then once they're all consistent, we can clean this up later. Anyways, again, like I said, there's like sometimes I just get like hung up on little things, but this will be fine. We'll just keep going. So next was down plus A. Up plus B. I just wanted to make sure that there was enough space for this stuff here. All right, so what was the color? Every time I realign the stupid thing, it like I need more space, right? And then this was what, green? So if you're just tuning in, I'm just trying to document this correctly, and then what we'll do is we'll look into how to convert this into like a little tutorial for the new site. What I'm hoping is we can get this done in the next 30 minutes. I mean, I already have the code written. It's just a matter now of going through and sort of packaging it up. And I don't know, we'll play around with how Pody's posting stuff works. So right. So down was pale yellow. This should be left plus B. So right. Dark green. Down in A was orange. And this is right plus A. I'm fighting with Adam's autocomplete when you hit tab. Oops, I didn't mean to hit that. I just wanted to send one other message. All right, so we got right plus A equals dark green. Oops, what am I doing here? What have I messed up? There should be left AB is dark blue. All right, I'll just rewrite this. Dark blue, gray, green, dark green, and then we have one more row we need to do. B, yellow, right, and B, and then dark, this should just be reversed, which was like really weird looking. All right, so these this is the color map, just so we have it in our notes. I'm gonna take a screenshot of this, and we'll add this into our little blog post. And so okay, look to see which key combination is pressed. What we'll do here is we're going to create two variables, basically, that create two variables to store our direction and button values. So then we're going to look to see which direction key is pressed. We'll copy this here, and we'll see. Look to see what button so many notifications. This is why I don't do this on the weekends. Like everyone's like texting me stuff. All right, look to see what key direction is pressed. Look to see what button is pressed. Set and offset value. Make sure a direction has been pressed before calculating the new offset. Here we're going to set the offset to the direction value multiplied by 4, the total colors per palette. Then we will look to see if a button is also down. And then to do the button, we just basically set the, add the button value multiplied by 16 to the current offset. And then all we do here is loop through the first 4 colors. Replace each of the first 4 colors with a new color starting at the offset value. All right, there we go. So if we restart this current game, I'm going to switch my keyboard over into arrow mode. Hold on one second. All right. Sorry about that. So many distractions on the weekends. It's a lot easier when it's a lot easier when it's I haven't had a chance to. My wife has been traveling, and then I've been watching the kids and working and everything. I haven't had a chance to like have like a good like block of time to do a live stream and code. All right, let's see if we can switch this. All right, so now if we if I restart this and hold down the different keys, we should get each of the different colors. And it's hard to tell because a lot of these colors are actually mapped to white, which is where the text is in this demo. So I think what I'm going to do is instead of building this into the basic Game Boy palette, I'm going to just come up with a little piece of art for us to use. So let's I wonder what I have that's that would work really well. Let's open up the original sprites. Reaper Boy used 3 colors. Let's see here. Let's open this up in Photoshop and we'll take a look and figure out what we can do for some colors. What I'm thinking is that maybe I'm just going to pull out the Reaper, this guy, the logo, and just make that its own little screen. So if I created a new PNG now, the Game Boy was 160 by 144, and let's pull this out real quick and see what this looks like. Because one thing I wanted to do was I did want to try to get it to where it we could have some text on there that told you to like what key combinations to use, but I don't know if there's going to be enough room. I don't know if there's going to be enough room for that. What would be cool is if does this guy use all the colors? He does. I was thinking maybe we could have like a grid of these guys, and then let's see here. I was trying to think, maybe I can do a grid of them so you could see each of the colors, and then we'll have one that represents the how many are there? Right, there's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. I need 12. It's not really enough room for what I was thinking. Yeah, that's not going to work how I was thinking. Unless what we do is, let me see what else I got here that I can use. He's good, but there's nothing else that shows all 4 colors. Let's do this. I'm going to stop this real quick and let me create a new task. We're going to call this Game Boy Color Demo. And we're just going to, I'm not going to break it up into subtasks. Usually when I do work in my Pomodoro thing, I break them up into subtasks and stuff. I just thought it'd be fun just to like sketch out a little idea today. And let's see if we can just copy this guy, paste him in. And why is it doing that? There's something that I can't figure out about Photoshop. It like changes the colors. This is RGB. (32-bit). Like, I don't know what these different profiles are and why this generic RGB profile, 8-bit, and make this 160 by 144. Let's see, what is the difference between these two things? Nothing. It's the same destination, generic RGB. Hit OK. So Pixel Vision 8's like really picky about like colors have to be exactly the same. And what I don't understand is why this gray is banding like this. Like, can we even see the difference in that? There's something with this color space where it banded this gray, and if we were to bring that into Pixel Vision 8, it wouldn't be able to. It wouldn't be able to do that. But what I don't understand about Photoshop and what they've like changed on me is like RGB 8-bit color mode. Let's see. So this isn't working the way that I really want. Let me go back. I have some other artwork that maybe I can use. What I really want to try to find is something that like works really well for each of these different different things. So I'm trying to negotiate. I have someone who's flying in tonight. We're flying out to Europe next week to do some developer interviews, and there's just some issues with the flight. All right. So what other artwork do we have here? Projects, art packs. Let's see, Dragon Warrior stuff. Just trying to figure out. I had some. Tell you what. Jump and shoot, man. This is another good one too, which I can make in black and white. Mario thing. The problem is that some of these don't have sorry. No, I shouldn't have done this streaming. This is taking away my concentration. How can we build out a pretty cool demo that sort of shows off the power of this palette swapping? I was hoping it'd be like something small enough. I don't know. You know what? We'll just do it this way. Let's just keep this simple, because I don't want to spend my entire like afternoon doing this. Pull this guy out. I'll just recolor it. I don't know why Photoshop is being annoying today. That's like really weird how it messes with these colors. All right, let's open this up. And what we'll do is we'll pull out this gray. We'll pull out this black. I just want to make sure that that it's the same stuff. So this dark gray, there we go. See, look at that. Look at it messing up these colors. I don't know. I gotta really like sit down and learn about how Photoshop handles that stuff, because that's not really good. All right, we're gonna we'll move. Oops, what's going on today? Move him up to here. No, maybe not. I don't know. Let's see. What I want to do is see if I had enough room for some text. Now, I don't even think I have Pixel Vision 8's fonts in here. Nope. Let me install the fonts real quick. This way, what I'll do is before we bring this into Pixel Vision 8, we'll just sort of mock up what we want to design. Now, I should have in here. Documents, projects, Pixel should be game creator source, resources. Hold on one second. It's like the universe doesn't want me to do this live stream because now my kids are playing. All right, so what I was looking for is, I thought I had fonts somewhere around here, but I don't think I have them in this project. It's in a different project. Art packs, do I have? Oh, here we go, fonts. Let's install Monaco's. Install this font. That should be the default font for Pixel Vision 8. At least for now. We have a new font. I can't wait to start using it. I'm gonna start showing off on the in the Fantasy Console Club. I'm gonna start posting pictures of the new Pixel Vision 8 UI stuff that me and Cass Pixel have been working on. Monaco. There we go. All right, and we'll set this to 8 pixels and make this white. So I just wanted to test out what the text was that I was going to write. So basically what we'll do is we'll do, whoa, that looks ugly. Set this to none. We'll do this as color. Why didn't that go to white? All right. Color remap demo. Why does this font look really bad like this? Monaco sharp. I don't think it's the right font, that's why. It should be Monocons, that's what it is. Monocons. There we go. I was off by one. There we go. Well, I'm like, oh, that looks like a pixel font now. All right, so color remap demo. What I am going to do is let's get rid of this guy. We don't want this here. And I'm thinking maybe I'll just get rid of this whole like splash thing in the background. and we'll just leave it like this, and we can get rid of this and this and this. There we go. So we can move this guy up a little bit more, and we'll just call this color remap demo. It's really hard at the Game Boy resolution because you don't have a lot of room for text. In fact, what we should do is, I think I use a smaller font, minimal, for the Game Boy template. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. We can though. Let me see. What is Sandbox default font? No, I'm using Monica's. We'll use minimal 5, and we'll just make this a little bit smaller. Minimal 5. And we'll make that 16. So color remap demo, and let me see. Do I have Grammarly here so I don't like type in stuff that makes everything spell bad? Ugh, I like tweeted, no, that's not gonna work. I tweeted out the picture for the new Fantasy Console Club and I spelled console wrong like an idiot. But now people are starting to like use it, so a lot of people have been retweeting it, so now I won't even bother. All right, we'll write it here. We're gonna call this, I'll write the text out here, and this will be enough of my spell check. So let me see, what's the name of the method that we're actually, replace color. All right, we're gonna call this replace color demo. And this demo simulates how the Game Boy Color remapped the screen color based on a key combination when loading up a game. Hold the direction. We can just leave it like this. We don't need to like make this very complicated. I feel like I'm already overcomplicating a demo that I should already have written and be done. Cancel. Let's just make a text box. Why is it not wrapping the text? Like Photoshop, like literally has been driving me nuts lately. All right, we just got to fix the, we got to make this 8. And all I want to do is make sure that we had enough room for text. So we're going to call this, what did I call this? Replace color demo. So see if I change this to Monaco's and we monocons and set this to 8. Is there enough? No. There's really not enough room. All right, so we'll use the smaller font. I'll just pull this out of something else that I have. And I just wanted to make this uppercase. Can I just make this whole thing uppercase? There we go. Just so it's a little bit easier to read. All right, so that's the goal of what we're looking to do. And before I quit this out, what I just want to do is let's just make sure, let's finish designing this how it basically will look, because what's going to happen is why is the eyedropper not working? This is going to be white, and this text is probably going to have to just be black. right? Because we want to have the two extremes where we always want to have the background color and the text be in opposite color spaces, or at least in this case, so it's clear to see, especially when it's going to be switching around like that. And I think this will work. This will work good. Cast Pixels stuff is her stuff looks so good, and like this switches colors pretty easily too, so it should look nice. Okay, so that's our design, right? All we need to do now is just throw this into Pixel Vision 8. So what we'll do is let's hide this, let's get rid of this, and we're gonna do this two ways. First off, we're gonna save this out. Let's go to Workspace, Games, and Sandbox, and we're gonna save this as a sprites PNG. And one of the cool things that Pixel Vision 8 will do is it'll automatically cut this up into sprites for us. What I should actually do is, let me make sure this guy is centered. Yeah, okay, now he's centered. That'll make it look better at least. Because then we'll have our text down here. All right. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to save this PNG out like this, replace, and then I'm going to save a thing called tile map PNG. And now we're going to come back into here, and if I reload this, all of the artwork should be zoomed in, but what we're seeing is that now the color space is off. So it looks like it's not importing this. There's something strange with this color space, and I'm not 100% sure what it really is. Quality, monitor color, convert to sRGB. I don't know what sRGB is. Let me try not saving it to sRGB. The moral of the story is I should actually just be using Acerbrite at this point. There we go. I got rid of that sARGB thing, and that seems to fix everything. I don't know. Tile map. All right. So now if we refresh this, we'll have all of our sprites here. If we come into the tile map, we should have our character showing up here, and our tile map is like super large. So since we're going to create a unique demo for this, let's just, I just wanted to see what the name was. We're going to call this replace color demo. I'm going to go and just rename everything. Let's unlock the sprites. We want one page, 3 colors per sprite, and we're going to set this to the minimum, which will automatically happen by default if you try to put in 0. We have 40 draw calls. We're going to set the overscan. Actually, we won't set the overscan to anything because we're not doing anything special here. And then we'll just lock this and hit save. So now when we come back to the tile map, it's just, whoops, when we go to the tile map, it'll just render out exactly what it needs. And what I wanted to do was we can change the background color to 3, which would be that white color. And let's save this. So if we run this now, what's going to happen is all the text is going to override what we're seeing, and we're going to need to pull out a smaller font. So what we'll do is I haven't actually tested this out in a while, so we'll use Pixel Vision 8 to do this for us. We're gonna actually I'm gonna go. I just want to compress the artwork, and I just want to make a tiled version of the map. So we'll just compress everything out. When you hit compress the artwork, basically what it does is it goes through and it generates out the optimized sprites that you see in memory versus this like gigantic image. Because then we can just remove these 2 images. And if we rerun it, well, you're not going to see it, but the text is there. But if you go to the tile map, you're seeing he's still there in the tile map. And we have all of our sprites. So I'm going to go back to the save tool. And then we're going to archive this project. And I'm going to open up a new one. Let's get rid of this. I just want to save an image of this just so I have a reference. Well, we should just save the PSD. In fact, what we can do is let's just workspace, sandbox, comp. We'll just save this into the folder. And when we go into the save tool and we actually hit archive, it should automatically archive this this PSD. I'm going to leave that open in Photoshop just so we have it. But what we can do now is I'm going to create a new template, and there's a few new system templates that I've added in for this release. So if we go over to systems and we look at Artaboy, this is for the Artaboy like little mini console. Oh, you know what we can do? I'm such a genius. I built all this in. All we need to do is just import the font. There we go. I forgot I added import. Look at how good that is. And I haven't tested it out in a while. Let's go back to the sprites. And now it's going to load in the old font and the new font. What we got to do is let's go delete the old. Oh, I can't do that actually. I need to good thing I didn't delete this. Let's save this PNG file for the source. We're going to call this guy sprites. Right? And now we'll come back into the sprites here. Oh, I need to delete the old sprite cache. All right, now we come back into sprites. We're going to get our character here, and we'll have all of our smaller fonts. I'm actually using the Ada Sprite font. I can't remember what other system did I use that had a smaller font. I don't know. This is a pretty good one. I just wanted to have some smaller characters. I probably have it somewhere. Do I? What other systems? Pico has its own mini font. All of these use the same font. So I guess we'll just use the Artaboy one for now. And what we want to do is we're going to go and we're going to open the code up. Actually, let's go into Photoshop and let's just rip this text out of here. We'll put this here. And then I believe this is our code. So let's just, we'll copy this text over. All right, so we'll copy over this text, and what we're going to do is we need to change the way that we divide the font in order for it to wrap, because all this wrapping stuff is done by hand. So what we want to do is we're actually going to divide it by 4 instead of 8. The start line is always going to be 8 because it's going to be the same height, and we just want to make sure that that's the color offset, that we set this to 4. And we're going to set the background color to 3. And now if we rerun this, we don't have any text. Oh, right. That's because this should actually be 0. Because the background text and the font text were set to the same color. All right. Oh, and I want to make this uppercase. I think there's a way to do that. Selection... View, toggle soft wrap, edit, text, uppercase. These like lowercase fonts are like super hard to read. They support lowercase, but it's just more for like show than anything else. So all right, so if we relaunch this now, we have the replace color demo. It doesn't look like it's actually -4. Nope. What am I missing with draw text? Font, color, offset, and spacing. Why is that not working now? Draw text. Oh, here, it's being set to tile, and tile ignores the line spacing. This should be tile map cache. Cool. All right, that got me closer. What I want to figure out now is what we need to do is now set this to 8 and multiply this value by 8. And this is divided by, start y should be divided by 8 minus total. All right, they got me the lines correct. I don't really like this font. I don't think I have another font. So what we could do is, well, we can just make a font real quick. All we really need are the uppercase characters. This font's just too tiny. All right, let's just make a new font real quick. Basically, there's just a pattern here that we need to adhere to. So what we'll do is, why is this? I want 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, colon, oops, colon. Oh, I see. The text isn't right. 16. All right. There's something happening. Photoshop like drives me nuts with the way that it handles pixel fonts. Did it really just wrap this? There we go. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. These are the only characters that we really need in this font set. So since we're only dealing with these, we're going to basically ignore everything else. We'll leave this as 16, but we're going to set this back to 8. There we go. And all I need to do now is get these fonts so that they are so that each character is in its own box. I had another template for this. I can't remember where I put the template's on my other side of my computer in another account. So because we don't have that, we're just going to have to do this by hand. 0 to F0. But maybe I'll just add this into the tutorial. I have a feeling I'm going to have to write this tutorial on the airplane because I'm running out of time. Unless my friend decides that he doesn't feel like taking this flight and getting a later flight, which is what he was telling me. All right, so what I want to do is I just want to find out where these letters start. And then, cool, spacebar doesn't work in Photoshop right now. No, that's not it. It's right here. Oh, it's not wrapping. What is this thing doing? Like, have they just literally changed the way that text works in Photoshop over the last update? Drives me nuts. All right, whatever. Let's get the line spacing correct, and then we'll go from there. Oh my God, Photoshop. Hey, who wants to watch me fight with Photoshop for 30 minutes? I don't. All right, so what we're trying to do is just get it where all the text is aligned to the right, or to the right position, but it's not incrementing it right. So 200, let's do it. I want to do it by one value, not by like 10. Try to get this close enough, and then we'll just go back from there. I think it's something like 54. Almost. 52. Everything's aligning. Everything's aligned. Bingo. Okay, so X, Y, Z. I'm trying to get the M and N, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Why it isn't letting me add spaces is beyond me. I think because it's not letting me wrap the text correctly, but that's fine. Here's what we're going to do. We're just going to show the layer below, and let's set this alpha a little lighter, and I'm just going to match up the font. So what we needed for A is, actually, you know what we can do? Just do period. Oops. That's what we're going to do. We want A to be here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, this is going to be a little ghetto, but it'll get the job done. Here we go. Perfect. I'm just going to mask it off. There's something weird with this font where Photoshop just doesn't feel like putting it according to the grid or letting me use spaces or anything fun like that. So all we need to do now for this font is these are the only letters that we really need. I'm not doing any numbers, right? But it's like, what was our text? Oh, I had a period, of course. All right, so we should now have everything we need. I was just double checking if there's any other characters that I wanted from this. I don't remember where. I'm trying to figure out where a period was. I can't remember. Ugh, of course, the period's up here somewhere. Maybe we can just add those in too. I'll just add in the rest of them. So what is it? Comma, dash, period. Yeah, see, like it doesn't want to align any of these characters into the right place either. So let's just do this. Let's I'm just gonna rasterize this and call it a day. While we're at it, I might as well just add slash 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think it's another A. Yeah, A, B, C. All right. We'll just mask off the numbers and the stuff that we don't need, and I'll just manually realign everything else because that's what Photoshop wants to do today. Awesome. Real fun stuff. Okay, so let's just rasterize this text real quick, and then I'll manually move this stuff over. All right, well, that got me one character where I wanted it. Whatever. I'm just not having a good Photoshop day today. 7, 8, 9. We don't need these. I'm going to sort of show you why. I mean, this doesn't really matter much in the scheme of things, but if you wanted to do like a custom font where you only had the characters that you absolutely, honestly needed, this is sort of what you got to go through. Your mileage will vary. So like if I restarted this, the text is a little bit more readable. If I come back here into the sprite preview, you'll see we now only have the font characters that we actually need. And let's try to refix this text. So set this to 4, and we're dividing by 4. The lines are going to start at 8, just like they should. We want to start this at 4 and multiply this by 8. Ugh, I can't wait until this guy's on a flight so he stops texting me. All right, now let's try running this and take a look at where we are. Okay, so the only thing that's not, for some weird reason, I don't know why the text is all the way up here. And it should be from the bottom of the display. That's weird. I don't know why all of a sudden this isn't working. Since the text is sort of at the bottom anyways, let me take a look at this real quick. We could probably just set this start Y to wait, what was I doing here? Minus the total number of lines. We're splitting it up by 4. Minus 2. I'm just kind of curious. The struggle. Is it wrapping? Yeah, it should be wrapping. Well, it is wrapping. You just have to use some manual. There's some manual APIs in there to do text wrapping. I had that all built into the font class before, but it made the font class like really bloated. What I'm just baffled by is why it's not aligned to the bottom. Word wrap. Like if I did this at 8, it might have something to do with the fact that I'm converting it from tiles now into pixels. Yeah, that total line, but the line should be the same. Let me see what this is even doing here. Print. Oh, you know what? I think I know why Photoshop is giving me some problems. Because I had to fix... Oops. Can I now... All right, good. Now I had to do something on my keyboard. The display height divided by 8 is 1/8 of the screen height. Yeah, it should be the it should be this minus total, but I don't know. I saw this at another point. But it's like now this is subtracted. Start y minus. Multiply. It's wrapping. Oh, I see what you're saying. Is it wrapping? Yeah, it might actually be wrapping. I just want to see what is it thinking to start y should be. $11. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right. Split lines, total lines. Trying to think of what I'm missing here. Divided by. I'm like really confused for a second here. I want to see what I did in the in the other demo. Where's where did I put this guy? Pixel Vision 8. By the way, if you want to go and you want to see the contents of all the source code of the Lewis stuff, it's all inside of the project and streaming assets system. And let's look for game creator demo systems. What did I do for the Pico one? It shouldn't need a total at all. It should just work. Like, here, I'll just copy out the same thing that I did here. It must be some like this weird conversion I'm not doing correctly. Oh, here, display y minus total. Okay, so it's reversed. Duh. Do color 0. Oh, here. You can't set it to lowercase because there is no lowercase. There we go. Yay, we can do it. I'm such a lazy programmer. It's like, I knew I did this before. I'll just copy it from there instead of actually remembering or trying to sit here and figure out what I actually did. All right, so that's the demo in a nutshell. And now if I restart the game and hold down the key combinations, we'll get different colors. And what's cool about it is that because the background and the text are the far ends of the color spectrum, they should always stay readable. Hold on, let me get my keyboard working again. And we can do like invert. So that's blue, that's purple, that's gray. And then we restart and then everything is good. Cool. So that was me struggling to build a new demo. I would like to, do we not have the room to make, if I move this guy up, nah, there's not really enough room for, I wanted to give this a little breathing room, this title, but there's not really enough room. I mean, I could just align the text to the top, but it feels like too, it just feels too tight. Let me see if I do it here. Yeah, that's not bad. So what am I at? The top of the pixel? All right, so I can just do a small little Y offset. And I could just subtract this by 2 pixels. And that should shift the text up a little. And I could do another. Actually, what we could do is start Y. This is done in tile space. So minus, let's just do -4. There we go. Replace color demo. This demo simulates how the Game Boy Color remapped the screen color based on a key combination when loading up a game. Replace color demo. This demo simulates how the Game Boy Color remapped the screen color based on a direction plus A or B key press when loading up. And booting a game. It's the little details that matter, my friends. The little details. Oh, hey, look. Speaking of little details, I don't have a plus sign in my font. There. Yeah. Oh, you know what we could do that would be kind of cool? If we really want to, like, just go overboard. Is there enough room here for A? I don't think there's enough room. I was going to try to... Is there no lowercase version of this? What's going on here? Oh, all the lowercase does is it changes the line. I was going to say, I can make it like a little button. So the text looks kind of cool. So you could see it as like an A button or a B button. But let's not boil the ocean here. We'll add in our plus. Merge these layers down. And reload the game, and we should get a plus sign? Why don't I have a plus sign? There's my plus. I need to build that font tool. That's got to be like next on my list. Oops. Was that plus? No, plus is over here. That must have been multiplication. All right, plus goes there. This comes here. This masks off everything. We select all of our layers and merge them down. And restart the game. All right, cool. I don't like where that plus sign is. I know, I have issues. This is like the part of my brain where it's like, as a designer, it's like super important that things that look good, even when they're like sort of functional. Cool. All right, so, and we can probably just a direction plus direction plus and direction key press when booting a game. And key press when booting up a game. I don't know. I don't know why I'm like micromanaging this thing here and like making it more complicated than it needs to be. This demo simulates how the Game Boy Color remapped the screen. This Game Boy Color remaps the game screen color. There we go. Right? Does that sound right? Replace color demo. This demo simulates how the Game Boy Color remapped the screen colors based on a direction and key press when booting a game. All right, and then if I just redo this, everything works out well. Okay, cool. I like this. I'm happy with this. Let's stop doing this. We'll compress this. We're going to come back in here. We're going to recompress the tile map, and this thing should load up instantly. And what we'll do now is now I just want to make sure that all the text and stuff is in here that we need. Pixel Vision 8. We're going to call this color. Wait, what did I call this thing? Bra? Replace color demo. And let's set this to edit text. Sure, we'll do lowercase and I'll fix it manually. All right, so this demo is, all right, so we got our text message here. And everything's here. Good. We got set to manually change the background color to 3. We have all of our text correct. We don't need this because this was from the template. So on first run, draw. We'll get rid of this because we just need to automatically redraw the display. Change color, set background, and we're good to go. Must be nice to constantly using color instead of coding mostly with Colo and desire to have a text color. Yeah. I know, and I've spent like enough time in Europe now that I actually like want to add a U to color. All right, so the Game Boy Color demo, I'm saying that we're done with this. That was like a quick little demo. And now there's two things that I want to do. There is one thing that's driving me nuts. I want to change this title. It's like, it's too high up. I was going to see if I can just manually draw the title. I just want to see where this winds up drawing to there, and we're just going to draw the title by hand. Will that throw an error? Yeah, it's going to throw an error because total line start. We'll do start Y. Let's do start Y for a second. I just want to see where this goes. Start Y -8. And we're going to make it like, instead of 8, we're going to make it like 12. And there we go. It's not like pixel perfect, but it at least is within the spin. Yeah, I am a perfectionist. I don't know. I'm like really OCD about that. I guess you guys can hear my kids playing in the background. Speaking of perfectionist and things driving me nuts. All right, so this is done. Let's go to save. Let's archive this, and yeah, I think we're good to go on this. What I wanted to do was I don't know. We'll spend the next few minutes just going through and I want to do a few quick things. First off, let's quit this. And what I actually just wanted to see is I had gone ahead and I downloaded from the new website. So where is Podia? Actually, well, now it's Pixel Vision. I'm so used to using the secret URL. So we come here and you log in. Basically, I had, if we resume this, I hate that it says resume course, but that's fine. Basically, we'll get the download. We've already downloaded this, and we've downloaded these other files. What I want to do is I wanted to test out Documents, Studio, Downloads. I want to test out these Unity packages, and let's see if the game that we just created, we can just throw this into a new Unity project. And I'll sort of show you how that that stuff works. First off, what we could do is I just want to make sure I can't test everything. Oh, you know what? I've never even tested here is where's submit? What we can do is we now can test out doing a quick build of everything. So I'm going to build it. I think what's in the last few minutes. Oh, it looks like a bunch of people joined the stream. What I just did was I ran a build. And if we look in our workspace, our builds folder, you'll see that there's this replace color demo. And it now will generate out all these files. I added the Mac, Linux, and Windows runners. But we should be able to... These are just pre-compiled Pixel Vision 8 runners. And it just automatically injects your game inside of it. So like if we took a look, like we take a look at the WebGL one, if you look, it gives you this folder called streaming assets. And I have to like fix the, I have to fix the naming. Right now it just calls it sample Lua game. You just have to name it that. On the HTML one, you could actually come in here and if you open this with, come on, give me something to open this with. We'll just open it with Atom. You can change the the path right here to wherever you want to host it online. So this one, it will actually let you change it a little bit better. The other demos are actually, oh god, this is hiding my mouse. Replace color demo. This is the other ones. If you look at let's look at Windows here. It goes to data, resources, streaming assets, and then the sample Lua game. So it just takes your game and renames it the sample Lua game. I'll fix that in a future build. But if I was to come here and take the Mac version, we run this, and I'm going to hold down up, and it should remap the colors. Oh, I'm sorry, that's probably really loud. I forgot that automatically plays. I got to fix the boot up sound. Sorry about that. Anyways, there's the game, and it loads up. I won't force you through that again, but you can now sort of see how that works. So what I wanted to do real quick is let's create a new standalone Unity project, and I'm just going to try to import the let me quit GameMaker Pro. Comp PSD, yeah, sure, save it. I don't think I made any other changes, but that's fine, save that. I'm going to create a new project real quick. And we're going to call this swap color demo. And we'll get rid of this. We're going to set this to 2D mode. And I'm just going to show you how quick it is now to create a new Unity project with your game code. So you remember when I told it to do a build, it generated out this replace color demo PV8 file. You could also just go into your games folder and take any one of these. But what we're going to do is I have a blank Unity template, our blank Unity project. I'm going to open a custom package. And if we go to the downloads folder, and I'm going to import now, there's two versions of this. One of them is the PV8 Unity Runner demos. The other one is the PV8 Unity Runner. I'm going to open up this. We don't need the demos. And then you hit import, and we should have a fully working version of a Pixel Vision 8 runner inside of Unity. So if we just ran this, let's open up the scene. So there's a Unity runner scene. If we just run this, there won't be any sound. You'll just get your demo. And what we could do is in the streaming assets folder, let's reveal this in the Finder. And I'm going to copy over from the builds folder this replace color demo here. Actually, I'll just copy it over. And then if we go into our scene, we just go to the display, and all we got to do is change the name right here. So this was a replace color demo.pv8 file. And if we run it, boom, we have our game. And in fact, because this is using the Lua runner, I can, there's a little trick in here. You can hold down the right shift and hit 4, and it'll reload it, but it's loading so fast that I can't actually get the, let me try it this way to get the color combination to work. Yeah, it's loading up a little too fast. There we go. Now it's triggering it. Whoops, I just hit my mic. I sort of have to catch it at the right time. There we go. All right, so it's not perfect, but you can still see how it sort of works. And that's the new improved Unity template, which is so much better than downloading it from GitHub. So this template is part of, if you either join the let me log out of whoops. If you go to pixelvision8.com, I'll log out so you guys can sort of see what it is. Well, here it is. If you join the Fantasy Console Club and you join the Pro tier for $1 a month, you basically get a copy of the Game Creator Pro, and it's going to come with all these files. So the runners and the Unity packages. That's my sales pitch. Hopefully you guys liked it. I think the other thing, I wonder if I could do, I don't know if I could log in from here. I would have to go to Google Drive. Yeah, I'm not gonna write this. I'm not gonna write this out. I'm gonna make my own. I'll make a tutorial. I'll probably just do that on the flight tomorrow, and then I'll upload it. But the whole goal is to add more content to the subscription part of this. So when I come up with little code examples like this, I'll just package them up, and something like this I can just give out. You know, this I'll do for like the free tier. I'm not out here to make money. The only reason I charge for the thing is because I had some really great pixel artists and other people, you know, doing code and stuff that are helping out build the project. So it's good to make sure that people get paid for what they're doing. And I think I'm gonna end the stream because I actually still have to pack and get ready for my trip for tomorrow. We can save this project, but that's how it all works now. I just need to go through and really document all these new features that I've added into Pixel Vision 8. So that being said, thanks everyone for watching. I know it was a short stream. I just wanted to test out a few things and make sure that the new site worked before I went away for 11 days in Europe and didn't really have access to fix anything. So cool. And if you guys like it, you know, you can get a free copy of Pixel Vision 8, or you can pay $1 a month, or you can pay $15 or $14.99 and get the full subscription. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys in like a week and a half, and then we'll go back to making some really cool 8-bit games.